Hi, everyone. It's Mr. Thomas. One last example before your summative today. So here is your warm-up activity with the surface area and volume of the two prisms. And I wanted you to make sure that you got those answers correctly and that you were able to do it quickly and efficiently. So first of all, we have a triangular prism. So that means that the base is a triangle. It's not just the thing on the bottom, it's the triangle. So we're going to use the formula to B plus P times H to figure out the total surface area. And if we're using that, the first step is to find those three values: the perimeter, the area of the base, the perimeter of the base, and the height of the prism. So first, the area of the base, we have to find the area of the triangle. So it's base times height divided by 2. So that's 3 times 4. The base and the height are always at right angles. And so 3 times 4 divided by 2 equals 6. That's the area of the base. Next, we find the perimeter of the base. Perimeter is when you find the total distance around something, so you just add up the three sides, and I trace them, so I know I'm looking at the right ones. This one, and that one form a triangle, so that's 3 plus 4 plus 5 equals 12. So I found the area of the base, the perimeter of the base. Now I have to find the height of the prism, not the height of the triangle, the height of the prism, and that goes from one base to the other base for a total of a 12-foot distance. Now I have all my numbers. I have the area of the base, which I'm going to multiply by 2. I have the perimeter and the height, which I'm going to multiply together, and then I add them all up. So that's 2 times 6, because that was the area of the base, plus the perimeter was 12 times 2, because the 12 is the perimeter and 12 was also the height. So I multiply 2 times 6 and 12 times 12. I add it all up and I get a total of 156 for the surface area. There you go. So that's the surface area. And now that you've found the area of the base, perimeter of the base, and the height, you can use those exact same numbers for the volume. So we've already found the area of the base, that was 6. We already found the height of the prism, that was 12. To find the volume, you just multiply those two things together. 6 times 12 is 72. Oh, that was a little fast. 6 times 12 equals 72, and that's the volume of that prism. Okay, next, surface area of a rectangular prism. We're going to do the exact same thing. First, you have to find the area of the base. I like picking the thing on the bottom, and I trace it with my cursor or my finger or something so that I know that I'm looking at all the correct sides. It's 1, 2, 3. Those 4 sides make up the base. So that's 6 times 9 is 54 because it's a rectangle, and you just multiply the two sides, length times width. Oh, and it's 54 centimeters squared because we're finding out how many squares it takes to fill up that bottom layer. Next, the perimeter of the base. Well, it's a rectangle, so there's 4 sides. So we just add up the 4 sides, 6 plus 9 plus 6 plus 9, and we get a total of 30 centimeters. Last is the height of the prism. Oh, is it centimeters squared? No, it is just regular centimeters because in a perimeter, you're just finding the distance around something. You're not counting up the squares to fill the inside, you're figuring out the distance around the outside. And then the height of the prism is the distance from the bottom to the top, and that's 4 centimeters. So now use the formula. 2 times the base, that's 2 times 54, plus the perimeter times the height. So the perimeter is 30 and the height is 4. And then you do the math. 2 times 54 is 108. 30 times 4 is 120. You add it all up together, you get 228, and that is centimeters squared because you're figuring out the number of squares it takes to cover the entire outside surface. Good. So now volume, we found the surface area. Now we find the volume. We're going to use the area of the base times height formula. We already figured out the area of the base. It was 54. We already figured out the height. It was 4. So now you just have to multiply those two numbers. and you get the total volume. So hopefully you were able to get those two independently. If you needed to watch the video and it helped a little bit, I hope it makes a little bit more sense. And good luck on the test today.